So I'm going to talk about a few things that can hopefully be a refresher, or if you're a new learner with this case MuseScore, you're definitely going to want to take advantage of this because workflow is everything. First thing we're going to do is talk about adding multiple dynamics at a staff at once, whether it's 2 tracks or 10, whatever you have. What I'm going to do is just delete this. I'm going to select the first note, as you can see, and then I'm going to press Command down. PC guys, you can go ahead and use Control, and I'm going to click another note and do as many notes as you need, and it's all vertical, so it's all lined up, and then I'm just going to throw a dynamic in there, and you get it done quick and easy. Now with the dynamic palette, sometimes I like to move the palette to where I'm working, so in other words, you can customize it. You can see it's way down here now. I like to have everything as streamlined as possible, so I'm moving pretty quick. Here are some dynamics that I don't always use, or some shortcuts that I don't always use, but I really need to take advantage of this. I'm just going to work on the first track. I'm going to, as you can tell, I've highlighted that. I didn't press the N key, just make sure you know it's highlighted blue. And then I'm going to get the dynamic tablet up. I said tablet, I don't know what that meant, but go with it. Command D, okay? And then you have that. I guess that's the tablet. And that is really cool because you don't have to go back and forth, especially when you're working on pages. You have a lot of different stuff going. And you can press the dynamic of choice. I'll just put F, and then you have to press Escape to get out. And the font is already there, so you know it's already dialed in with the presets in regards to properties and playback. But it gets better, everybody. So now that you're still listening, you're listening, right? I'm going to go to the next note. I'm going to select Command D again Command D, or Control if you're on a PC, and I'm gonna put in MF, and then I might say, I'll press Enter, and I might even throw a little tip in there like blend with drummer. That's funny because the drummer will, well, anyway. So you have little text there if you want. I know that's a little annoying, but I want to prove that you can add in stuff. It's kind of like an expression thing, which we're going to talk about too. I'm going to go to another one. I'm going to press the letter D here, and I'm going to do Command D again. And this time I'm going to write in a crescendo, or I'll just do a abbreviation followed by a dot, and then I'll press Enter. You have that now. You can also put the dots for as long as you want. You might have to move it around. That's cool. By the way, when you click on that, you'll see this show up again. You can press the arrows to find what you need. You can also type any of these in, so it will just pop up. Time to talk about hairpins. I love hairpins. And the hairpins is going to be, I just highlighted that measure, and what I did, I didn't click on a note. I just clicked right beside these notes or over here. And then I'm going to go to the less than greater than sign, and I'm going to just click on that. Shift key first, sorry. Shift key, then click on that, and you have some nice dynamics. Here's something that's kind of cool that a lot of people don't do. MuseScore's done a really good job with this. So some people will say, well, I want the starting dynamic to be pianissimo. So they'll go over there and they'll type it in and all that. Watch this. Let's say I want to make this pianissimo. So you can kind of double click and then move it a little bit and watch. That opens up. I don't know about you guys, but I love that. And then type in P, and it kind of aligns. The reason it didn't align because I was a little sloppy there. Get rid of that. So I need to practice that. So I could eat over here. So let's do that again. This is a really good time saver. I am going to add in a crescendo, but I want it to start off as P. So I highlight that box. I just move it a little bit. That opens up. I'm going to put PP there. Much better. There's no collisions. You might want to tighten it up a little bit. And if you tighten it up, you could do this with the arrow key. See how I click that? It takes a little bit of time, but oh my gosh, some of my students, they do great, but they're just back and forth, and they're thinking that way, and you just get it done. But these little things are such a healthier workflow, I think. Hey, will it end? Can I end with a dynamic here? Let's see. Yes, you can. So I'll end with, I'll even type it in, 1, 2, fortissimo. All right, that is that. All right, so we talked about a crescendo, hairpin diminuendo. We will go to measure 5. You can see it highlighted. Shift key, and then the greater than, less than sign. There it is. If you're still with me, I want to talk about about Control E. I can speak. The reason I brought up or Command E is a student of mine researched through AI, and they were getting all this weird information like Shift P and all this stuff. Maybe they're looking at old MuseScore, but if I do Control E or Command E right here, I keep saying Control because I work on PCs and Macs, whatever. All right, so we have the text tool up here, and this is an awesome thing in MuseScore 4. Let's go to text styles. If you go to text style, you have expression here. That's not going to give you the right font for dynamics, but you can add in the dynamics like this, and then you can select if you want it above or below, so it's a little more detailed. And again, that is Command E, which brings up the expression, which is going to help you with other things, but you just want to go to text style. That is important. So I covered some of the fast stuff. If you have any tips, let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. A little bit about me. I have been a teacher for over 3 decades. I've written a lot of pieces, arranged for my classes to keep going. I have seen a plethora of changes in the musical education world, good, bad, and ugly. Of course, there's a pandemic. That was fun. I've written a method book, and I'm not name dropping. I've just been doing this for a while. I've worked under almost any notation software that you could name, and I'm also trying to build a notation software, and the live MIDI thing is killing me, so I'm getting gray hairs here. Anyway, I'll be back real soon with some more quick saving tips. I wish everyone well. Keep helping people learn about music, make music, because it's an important thing in this world that we're living in. Take care. Bye-bye.